Thank you very much and welcome back. Next, we're going to bring Jerome Galpin on. Jerome is the president and CEO of NASCAR Euro Series. Now, I'm going to say little things about Jerome because not only is an incredible entrepreneur, a true racer, but about 15 or something years ago during our PRI days with Judy, I made a little introduction between Jerome and NASCAR at PRI because he had some questions. Never thought what he had in mind would become this absolutely incredible racing series, the NASCAR Euro Series. So I'm delighted to bring Jerome on, and Jerome and his wife are absolutely extraordinary couple. Not only they run many series, run a great organization, they also compete. We had the people from the Dakar yesterday. They won the Dakar Classic twice. So Jerome, welcome back, and you are in the States this week because there is a very important week for you.
Yeah, absolutely. What an introduction. Thank you very much for the introduction. Yeah, absolutely. We are in Nashville this week to celebrate the NASCAR champions that will come from the cup level to all the weekly series. So as part of the EuroNASCAR, we will celebrate our champions also with the NASCAR family in Nashville.
Yeah, and I think that is wonderful that EuroNASCAR is a part of this week's Champions Week in Nashville as well. Jerome, forgive me for just Americanizing the pronunciation of your name. I cannot say it with the same kind of flair as Francis, but we welcome you here today and welcome to the States. I hope it's just a wonderful week in Music City for you.
Yeah, thanks a lot. No problem at all. Just bear with me for my French accent, but that's part of the European flavor.
Yeah, oh, it's wonderful. Well, let's talk about EuroNASCAR, the Whelen Euro NASCAR Series, and you guys just wrapped up an incredible season, 7 rounds, 28 races among 2 divisions. Tell us about how EuroNASCAR works, how the schedule works, and what you guys are doing throughout several different countries as well.
Yeah, it's a huge season for us. The thing for EuroNASCAR, you have to understand that we work on a daily basis with the NASCAR International Group, so we have great support and we work really hand to hand with NASCAR USA. NASCAR, we had to translate the NASCAR spirit, the NASCAR fun and NASCAR racing to the European culture. Because, on our side of the pond, we have a different way to race with more, let's say, road course action. We race under the rain. So it's not really, a copy-paste of the NASCAR US model, but clearly, a very unique model that we developed for the European markets, competitors, and teams and fans, of course.
Well, one thing I will say that comes over there is NASCAR is definitely full contact, full fendered racing, and in no way is this disparaging of any other series. A lot of road racing series, some of that is frowned upon. But how does it go in Euro NASCAR? Is it encouraged? Is it frowned upon? Is it part of it? What can you tell us?
Yeah, EuroNASCAR is doing really well. Since we funded the series in 2009 and then became the official European NASCAR series in 2012, the series never stopped growing. And now we have an average of, let's say, 25,000 fans at the event. All our EuroNASCAR events are built like a huge American themed festival where you have a lot of, so we have American football players, we have barbecue contests, we have rock and roll and country music bands, we have cheerleaders, so it's a big mix of people coming to the track to have fun, celebrate the US culture in a very fun atmosphere, and we have such great track partners, with Valencia, Brenzach, Most or Zolders, and we are lucky to have a great fan base with a lot of families and kids coming at the event, and we can't be more happy to see those smiling faces around the track.
Putting on 4 races in a single event weekend, and again, among 2 different divisions, tell us about how that goes and maybe even how that might add to that festival atmosphere.
Yeah, we made the choice to go with 4 high action sprint races in a weekend compared to 1 big race, for the usual NASCAR series in the US, to bring, a kind of a very nice program to our fans. The same programs with 2 races on Saturday and 2 races on Sunday. We also run a very special format by having 2 drivers sharing the same cars. So our first division is the EuroNASCAR Pro Series, where we have the top European drivers competing for the European NASCAR title. And then we have the EuroNASCAR 2 division, which is really designed for a young driver to come and discover NASCAR racing, and also for gentleman drivers coming to have fun in a pure racing machine.
For sure. Let's talk about the race car. And I know we even have some questions from the chat about it. But, when we talk about NASCAR Cup and having single source suppliers and 100% parity, tell us about your race car and the 3 different manufacturer body styles that run.
In fact, we have exactly the same model. This is the model we run since 2009. Our company, EuroNASCAR Management, is handling all aspects of the cars, and all teams must buy the parts from us, and all parts are single spec. So that means when you see the cars on the grid, from the spark plug to the gearbox to the lug nut, they all have the same part. So it's all about the crew chief and also the driver to make the difference, to make the best they can with their parts lot, and get the most competitive car. So let's say every single car on the grid with a good adjustment and a good driver can win the race. So it can't be more parity than this. Regarding the technical spec, our cars have there is no car like this in the US. Exactly in the same way we did for the format, we had also to adapt the cars to the European cultures. Our background in Europe is, of course, more about road course circuits, but also, about, great handling and stiff cars. Our guys, they come from GT racing, from open wheels, from go-karts. So we need to have our NASCAR. So you will find a great, very safe tubular chassis with a big V8 engine. But then regarding all the, let's say, the weight, is we are approx, I would say, 500 pounds lighter than a US NASCAR. So very light car, and also very responsive in handling. So that's mean, from the huge track. In the past, we were selected 9 times to race the race of champions, that are raced on a stadium, TD tracks, and so on. And most of the best drivers of the world, they really enjoy our car because it's all about pure racing with no electronics. So you control everything, and basically they are handling like a big go-kart. So they are really predictable to handle, and it's a great fun. So I think what made first the success of the series when we get started was about the pleasure the driver get when driving and racing with our cars.
That's interesting. A question came through about the race cars. You have the Chevrolet Camaros, the Ford Mustangs, the Toyotas as well. Does EuroNASCAR have car manufacturer support, even if they might not sell those cars in Europe? How does it work in that way?
No, basically all the cars are the same. You can change the brand of your car by changing basically the decal kit and the front bumper, but every other single element are spec and coming from our shop.
Another question here, Jerome. Does the influx of international drivers in Cup, and we've seen some people come over, from Kimi Räikkönen to, Shane Van Gisbergen and several other drivers as well. Does that have an impact in the Euro Series? And I'll even add to that as well, because Bobby Labonte, a former Cup and Xfinity champion, has come over and raced with you guys. Myatt Snyder, who runs in the Xfinity Series right now, has come over and raced in EuroNASCAR as well. Can you tell us about the transfer of maybe interest in drivers wanting to go back and forth?
Yeah, our job is to make a bridge between the US and Europe, but also I would say a little bit more deeper than this, because we have also in Europe multiple drivers coming also from Asia, from South America. So basically, we gather people wanting to discover NASCAR in a let's say in a format that is closer to their background. So I think since we started the series in 2009, it was even the first year in the heart of our process to bring drivers to the US. I think we had over 35 drivers now racing with us in the US, thanks to their participation in the series. From the weekly series to understand, NASCAR racing to the Cup level. The last one was Loris Esman, said the team Esberg that were racing also with Jacques Villeneuve in Daytona. Jacques was also part of the series for 3 or 4 years also. So yeah, Alonde also won some, made some good results in Xfinity, and it also drove some cup race. So having Bobby Labonte and Maya joining us. The last one was also Ryan Vargas coming with the team 3F Racing to race with us in Oschersleben and Zolder this year. So more than ever, the world is coming smaller and smaller, and these kinds of exchanges will I think get bigger and better in the coming weeks and months.
Jerome, this past season, NASCAR made a very big impact in Europe as well at the 24 Hours of Le Mans with the Garage 56 project. And it was great, at least from our side, to see a lot of what came out of that and a lot of the interest as well. What impact, if any, did NASCAR's entry in Le Mans this year have on the Euro NASCAR Series?
It really made a big impact in Europe. First of all, because the project was perfectly designed and conducted. You know, the car was absolutely great on track. The sound was amazing. So I think everybody I met told me about how great was this car. Also, in terms of performances, the car was faster than pretty much any other GT on track, so which was super cool from our perspective. You know, for the last 15 years, we are battling against people thinking that NASCAR is just about turning left and about a big and heavy car, not funny to drive. So showing them in Le Mans that a NASCAR car can be absolutely great to drive and also super performant is something special. So I think if you look at all the points that this Garage 56 project had to check, I think they check all the box and present NASCAR racing under the best possible way, and also all the team management and the way they were doing racing in a fun way. You know, you can be super serious, you can fight for high performance, be hard on track, but it doesn't prevent you to have a great atmosphere in the paddock and be cool, you know, and also have fun. So this is what we are doing also, and this is the same atmosphere that you will find in a EuroNASCAR paddock. That's mean, yes, it's hard on track, it's pure racing, it's hard racing, but yeah, it's also super cool and fun to be part of.
Yeah, for sure. You have a great sponsor of the Euro NASCAR Series in Whelen, and actually here in the States, you guys got to visit them as well. Tell us about the sponsorship, not just the title sponsor with Whelen, but maybe some of the other sponsors that you guys have brought over in Europe that are a part of the series.
Yeah, we have such a great sponsor with Whelen Engineering. You know, it's a story that started in 2012. So very few people in the industry can count on such a great and long time partner. We were very happy to visit them last week in their headquarters in Connecticut, Chester, in Connecticut. It's impressive you know, when you see those lights and products, it's difficult to imagine the engineering and work and dedication that is in technology you have behind those products. So it was super cool. For the last 12 years, we were thinking about talking about going there to visit the facility, but it was a great experience. On our side, you know, the past 10 years, we are really focused to develop the product, the competition product, the cars, to make sure we have all the basis of a really strong racing platform. And now with NASCAR in the US, we are engaged in a deep process, a strategical process to work on the next 5 years. And of course, sponsorship will be one of the next points to really work on. So Whelen is absolutely great partner. We have some others, you know, tire manufacturer. We work with Hoosier, and they are with us also on long-term commitments. But we will know we have right now all the tools to chase for bigger sponsor and develop the series. I think we have seen that in Le Mans with Garage 56. We are seeing that on our side every day, you know, at every track, how popular you know, the fun atmosphere and NASCAR racing can be in Europe, and the appeal for pure racing and racing show in Europe, where it's not all about technology, it's all about, you know, people sharing passion with fans. And so yeah, the next 5 years for us will be a kind of you know, we have to go for it and go to the next level.
Yeah, for sure. There are several different NASCAR series throughout the world. Obviously, we have NASCAR here in America, NASCAR Mexico, in Canada, the Euro NASCAR series also. Jerome, do you ever get involved with any of the other series or any of the other, say, appeal worldwide as far as continuing to expand stock car racing?
Yeah, that NASCAR wants to develop international, and they have a very group, a NASCAR international group, led by Chad Ziegler, and we are all together to form a great community. We had already some exchanges with Canada and Mexico, bringing a driver to race at Mexico City and at Trois-Rivières. We also had their champions coming to race with us. So yeah, the NASCAR is expanding internationally, and I think we are just in the first step of the process. You will see probably much more in the coming years, and Chad is really and his group, they are really working hard on that. So wait, it's a really cool community. We have a lot of exchanges and calls and email. We share the best practices and ideas. So I think it's really worth to have all these people around and sharing different background and opportunities.
When it comes to team ownership, do you have room on the grid? If a new owner wants to come in and race with you guys, is there space for them? And what would someone have to do to be involved?
Ah, we are engaged in a process where we try to develop the series and go for better quality and also to develop to the next level. We had to go back a bit. 22 season 22 was our biggest field with nearly 35 cars, but we have seen that it was probably too much to have a good quality of teams and cars. So I think our right number should be between 25 and 30, which is pretty much where we are. We were at 26, 27 this year, so there are few rooms, but we are working also on our side with our teams to elevate the level of the series and on technically and also on the marketing side. So there are rooms, but now the selection will be much more stronger than ever, and we have to make sure that we are all on the same page, sharing the same spirit and the same goal to elevate the series and become the best racing series in Europe.
That's wonderful. So the schedule, we talked about the 7 event weekends this past season: Spain, the UK, Italy, the Czech Republic, Germany, Belgium. It's amazing how much that you are able to cover of Europe, first of all. But is there room to expand the schedule as well?
Absolutely, absolutely. This 24 season, we will bring back a new oval event in Venray in the Netherlands. So this will be it was at the calendar before the COVID period, and then we stopped a bit to go there. But it's a wonderful half mile track, very fast. So it's great also for our drivers to have a kind of a test and experience on oval racing, even if we are much more focused on road course. Of course, our goal would be at midterm to get to 9-10 events per season. We just have to manage the growth, and do it step by step and slowly to help our teams and drivers to gather the budget that go with more events. But for sure, target would be probably 10. And now it just good management, finding the right opportunities. The thing to do is that organizing a EuroNASCAR event is just like organizing an event. You have to make something. We were talking about the great American festivals, and now all those people in Valencia, in Brands Hatch, in Most. The last one was Oschersleben in Germany. They perfectly catch the concept. We have a parade. Most of the event, we have a parade in the city on Thursday evening when we go to the closest city center to meet with the fan. A grid walk is also mandatory, so we have to get the fan on the grid and share our passion very close to the fan. So you have a lot of things to do to organize a EuroNASCAR. We receive multiple requests. We just have to make the right choice, making sure also we share the same spirit with our track partners. We have such a good group now of people that we need to be very selective to make sure the new entrants will fully be on the same page than all of us.
Yeah, you know what? I love it though. A true promoter talking about the festivals, the parades, the grids walks, all of those other things that a lot of times we talk about, and I look at racing a race weekend as an event, and as part of that event, you get to see some great action on the track, but you get to see a lot of great other things as well. And the importance of that when it comes to the ticket buying public, when it comes to people coming out to the event, to have all of those different things for them. Jerome, where do you see the appeal? I know someone's coming there for the race. They're probably the ones that bought the tickets, but they might be bringing someone else with them that might find the appeal somewhere else, like you said, in somewhere in that festival atmosphere. What do you see in your race fans as far as what they're looking for?
Uh, You have a lot of things to do at the racetracks. First of all, I think the key points is access. Nowadays in motorsports, it's very difficult to access to the paddock, to have a, let's say, a direct link with your favorite drivers or teams. For us, it's really open. So you can come, you get close, you can get as close as you want of the car. You have a chance to meet with every driver you want. Yeah, just a fun example. Teams usually they don't know what to do with their used tires. We put the used tires for the fans to get them, and you can't imagine the number of kids coming back home with a used EuroNASCAR tires. You don't know what they do with that, probably in their room, but. So that's a lot of examples. They can see, they go to see some, let's say, monster truck rides, or most of the time we also have a lot of muscle cars presentation and show around the track. So you have movie cars, so you have so many things to do around the track, and I think the common thing, whatever you are, because we have event with people with different culture. A German has not the same culture and than a Spanish or a British and so on. And the common goal is basically, when you look at the situation in Europe, our common culture is the American one, because we are all watching TVs, and we have US movies and series and so on. So we all have the same thing. And when it's fun, when you have a good atmosphere, when you have access everywhere, it's not something where you are restricted and you can't do that. So that's why our events are growing year after year, because people come, they spend a good day at the racetrack, they are smiling. We have also a lot of kids and families coming. So what they want is just coming back the year after, and bring some more people. So that's year after year we are growing the fan base just by making things easy and just fun. Our goal is not about technology. Our thing is not about technology. Our thing is about fun and pure racing.
Yeah, and I love that, and everything that you just said that just makes it into a wonderful weekend. All right, Jerome, I want to ask you a little bit about you, because you're a bit of a racer yourself. Tell us about your background.
Uh, first of all, I'm not alone, in this boat. First of all, it's a family and a couple story. We founded the series with my wife Anne, and if you walk in the paddock, everybody will tell you that she's the real boss of the series. So I'm just the face over there on screen, but she's the real brain behind the series. And also, my background is all about racing. Since my younger age, I follow my parents racing road rally in Europe. It's not really popular right now in the US, but it's a big thing in Europe. So yeah, I think well, since my really first days, I was at the rallies following my parents. I drove rally in French Championship and European Championship. And also we had this idea. We made the statement with my wife that, hey, there is not this kind of fun racing series in Europe like NASCAR is in the US. So we had the knowledge and technology and also the network. So the first goal was to build a car that respect, because keep in mind, we race in Europe under the FIA sanctioning body. So that means our cars have to go to the full crash test process and so on to be certified by the FIA. So which we did, and it started like this. First step was to get a car and develop a car, and then but let me tell you that the first year, when European European racing was all about, a carbon fiber and paddle shift and so on. When you show up in Europe on a European track with a car with a 16-inch wheels, H pattern gearbox and carburetor, it was a challenge. But once again, the cool thing is as soon as you put the driver in the car and put a real driver in the car on track, he has a lot of fun in the car. And I think that was the beginning of everything. So that's how it gets started. And I keep always, watching every kind of motorsports, and we also try to save sometimes to go racing. So that's why with my wife, I think 2 weeks ago we were racing also a rally in France, and we did the Dakar 2 times. So we have a kind of let's say a different background and try to everything that is motorsport is fun. So we tried different things.
I'm very impressed. I really am. Talking about the rally and Dakar and all of the things that you're involved in. But I think more than anything, having spent a decade with NASCAR, the Euro NASCAR Series, and everything that you have done to grow it as well, it really says a lot about racing in general and the shared passion that we all have. So I hope to run into you in Nashville a little bit later on this week, Jerome. And thank you so much for being a part of Race Industry Week.
Thanks a lot. Thanks for the opportunity. And Francis K, once again, thanks a lot for the very early days of the series. Thanks for the introduction.
You did all the work, Jerome, and I love your energy, your passion, your enthusiasm, and it's not only Jerome. His wife is very much involved as well, and both of them are absolutely brilliant. And so, no, thank you for everything you do. So proud of the achievement you have accomplished. I mean, that's absolutely fantastic. So thank you, Jerome. Have a wonderful week in Nashville.
Registering on ePartrade is easy. To start, click on the Join for Free button on the homepage. First, search your company to see if it's already in our database. If you see your company on the list, click on it to select it. Then, choose Claim Company if you are one of the decision makers, an owner, marketing person, or main company contact. Or choose Join Company if you are an employee, and press Continue. If you couldn't find your company in our database, select Register a New Company. On the following page, fill out your name, email, phone number, job title, and choose a secure password. If you chose Register a New Company, you'll need to choose your business type. Select Supplier if you're looking to display products or services and connect with buyers. Choose Racing Business if you're looking to source new parts and connect with suppliers. Choose Race Team if you own or are a member of a professional race team. Then, enter your company name. Please provide a website, Facebook page, or LinkedIn if you have one, and choose to either claim or join the company. You can view and agree to our terms of use here. If you'd like to receive our weekly newsletter, choose Accept. Finally, click Register Now and your registration will be submitted for approval. An email will be sent to your inbox. Please confirm your email address and you will be approved shortly. Welcome to ePartrade.